Good morning and welcome to a morning routine that's going to help you kill the day. Okay, so let's have a chat. Do you often wake up feeling like really sore and really tight from maybe your work days, your workouts? I'm talking about lower back pain, stiff back, upper back knots, tightness in the hip flexors, tightness in the quads, maybe just a feeling of crookness in the neck or just overall stiffness. Because that's completely common. And also, do you wake up feeling tired? If these things apply to you, or only some of them apply to you, this is a morning routine that's going to help you break through all of those issues and hopefully help you further down the line to not suffer from them at all. Now, first things first, all you need to know about me is I am not a morning person. I wake up and I am groggy. I'm not with it. I'm not alert and like, woohoo, new day. Now that can follow me through to the rest of the morning, and if I allow it to, it can also take me through even into the middle of the day. And that's because I'm allowing that demotivated, kind of slothish-like attitude to remain through the morning. I'm not breaking myself out of it. I'm not breaking the habit. And this is what it is. It's creating new good habits that take you away from the old bad habits. So what do? Number one is this. Make your bed in the morning after you've gotten up. Don't leave it as a mess. This helps to get your brain on track for the day. You've ticked off a box, you've done something good, and you're already organising the start of your day. So the bed's made. Next up, all you're going to do is some simple stretches. Now don't wake up and immediately just... Chances are you might actually pull something. Because you've been in a certain position for a long time sleeping, things can be very tight. So get up, move around a little bit, make the bed, then all you're going to do is some simple stretches. This is going to help open up the body, but it's also going to help to relieve some of those symptoms of aches and pains that you feel through the day. Because if we loosen them up in the morning, open the body up, chances are anything that we've got impinged or feeling a bit tight from sleep, they're going to get stretched out, they're going to get moved out of that bad position back into a natural position that they should be in, and it's also going to help you connect with your body in the morning. So rather than staying as a little hunchback that you've been trapped in, you're thinking about what you're doing in the morning, you're setting your postures, opening up the muscle, getting the blood flowing, getting the heart going, and also getting the mind going. There's also another benefit to this. Take a look at me now. I've been waiting for you guys to start this video, so I've done no morning stretches this morning. I'm still fasted, I haven't eaten, and I haven't drunk a lot of liquid. I've had one espresso shot of coffee. That's going to be important for the next part that we're going to do after the stretching, but we'll come to that in a second. It's called vacuums. So here you can see I've got zero pump going on. I haven't stretched out. I feel, even just doing a simple lat spread, I feel tight on my shoulders and chest from my workout yesterday, and my hip flexors and quads definitely feel tight. I also get issues in my lower back a lot of the time, and that is because I found I have a slight pelvic tilt going on. Whether that's due to the tight quads or hip flexors, I don't know, but doing these morning stretches are going to definitely help improve some of those issues, because I don't stretch enough at the gym. I don't stretch enough in general. So by creating this good habit in the morning, it means at least once during every day, my body's getting opened up and those problem areas are being targeted. And this is the thing we all neglect. We all do it. So don't worry if you've not been doing it, but here's your point to start.
This is really not going to be that difficult. So we start with shoulders with arm rotations. Do this small to big circles, making sure to go nice and slow and full range of motion on the big circles. Do front to back and back to front. Moving on to the traps and the neck, we're going to use some resistance stretching. So you pull down on the back of your head whilst driving back against your hands. And the same principle applies for left and right hand side. So you're pushing against your hand and pulling it in the opposite directions. You're going to feel this instantly, and it's a great one for releasing the neck. For the rear, you're going to drive and push your forehead against your interlocked fingers. And then again, interlock your fingers behind the head and drive backwards. This is really going to open up all your neck, and you can finish with some rotations, but make sure if you're going all the way around to allow the jaw to be relaxed and open up naturally. Having the jaw relaxed will stop any nasty crunching. Triceps and back next, I'm going to be pulling on the elbow, driving the hand down the back, keeping the abs in check and stopping that lower back from arching. Hold for 10 seconds and then you're going to pull over, stretching out the back. Do this for both the left and right hand side. It's a really nice one, just keep those hips in check. Then a really great one for the rotator cuffs here. You're going to start with your hands facing behind you out to the wall. Then you're going to turn them up and over as you come around. This is really great for opening up the scapula and also helping get that rotator cuff nice and warm. Carrying on with that scapular and mobility work, you're going to do thumbs up towards the ceiling, pushing your arms as high as possible without letting your lower back arch and keeping your abs in check. Simple but very effective, just like this shoulder and chest functional stretch. So we're going to go 2 short, 1 long, driving the palms backwards and coming up onto your tiptoes, driving the chest through but stopping that lower back arching. And then finally, finishing off, opening up the abs, we're going to drive our elbows back here and keep our glutes engaged, again stopping that lower back arching and forcing the abdominals to stretch up and out. Then onto the back, we're going to go for a functional stretch called the scared cat. The trick with this one here is you're going to drive your back up towards the ceiling, pushing through your palms, but you're going to leave your shoulders in place. So you're not allowing your shoulders or elbows to bend or move. So it's a bit of a weird one, but you'll get used to the feeling and you're just going to drive as hard as you can up towards the ceiling. This will really loosen up any knots that you have in the top of your back. Very, very good movement. Then onto the legs, the quad stretch. Seems simple, but there's a few things to think of here. You have to be driving through with your hips, keeping your abs in control. You also want to keep that foot aligned with the knee. So this is a lot going on here and very many error points, but once you get it right, you'll really feel it pull. Just like this hamstring, we're going for a controlled ab and drive at the hips at the top again. And we're going to reach down to the toes with the fingers extended. And then as we loosen up, try and get your knuckles to the floor for just some quick reps and then a couple of held reps. So the more you progress on this, the longer you can stay down at the bottom, pulling on those hamstrings. Then move to the seated hamstring stretch. And again, we're going to go from functional into a held stretch here. So just repping out 10 reps, reaching down to the toes. And then the final rep, you're going to hold for 5 to 10 seconds. Again, progressive. The better you get, the more you can do. So with the quads and hams nice and loose, now we'll finish off with a nice groin stretch. So sitting as standard, feet together, you're able to pull down on the feet to engage that initial stretch, then progress to breathing out and pushing down on the knees with your elbows for 5 seconds. Breathe out, again push a little further, hold for 5 seconds, breathe out and one final push and hold for 5 seconds. Again, think about stopping that lower back arching and keeping the abs nice and controlled, and make sure to just shake out before you start moving again. And the final ones you can add in, should you have any of those kind of tendon wrist issues and things, stretch out the hands and the wrists, simple pull down on the back of the hand, pull down on the fingers, 10 seconds either way, and then you can loosen up the wrists just with a simple mobility movement, 10 seconds, wiggling it out, wiggle, 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 all is good.
So there you have it, a really efficient, simple, but easily adaptable routine for you to just add in the mornings. There's no real hassle, it'll take you like 10 minutes. But your whole body will start to feel more opened up. Have a practice. Just do a little bit of a lat spread or a little bit of a pose just before you do it. Stretch out and then stand up and see how much different you look and how much different you feel. Let's take a look at how much different I look in comparison to what you just saw. I just personally feel like, especially here on my left side where I get a lot of impingement, like that just opens up way easier. All my abdomen feels like it can expand much easier. And even though I've done nothing to encourage kind of a pump, you can see it looks like I've been doing press-ups or something like that, because everything starts to come alive. Now you might hear some clicks and pops and things like that and a bit of grinding. That's completely normal. As long as it's not painful, that's fine. But if you are somebody like me who wakes up feeling very tight, maybe you're doing a lot of training, maybe you're just really bad at stretching, like this guy. This is really going to be something that you should implement into your day, create a good habit that's also going to benefit you. But not only is it going to make you feel better about the way you look in the morning, but also it's going to be injury preventative. And prevention is always better than cure. It just makes you feel fucking good. Okay, so we're all stretched out and the goose is loose. Loosey-goosey. The next part of the important thing that we're going to do today is that waist training exercise. Something that's going to help tighten the core, bring in that control and give us that mind to muscle connection. And that is vacuums. Now look, I'm no specialist at this, but this is how I'm learning. And here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking I'm going to spend 30 days doing this routine, the stretches and the vacuums, and I'm going to document it. I'll probably do like a video a week about it, and then we'll do a beginning and an end comparison. I think that's pretty cool, and I want you guys to be able to join in. This is why I'm making this video, so you can take everything I give you here to be able to go and do the same thing for 30 days and show me how you get on. Or don't show me, but at least do it and try and see some difference. And just be proud of the fact that you're able to stick to something for 30 days and it will generate results. I guarantee it. If you do this every day for 30 days, we will see a change by the end. Now, are vacuums easy to do? No. Are they going to require a lot of work and thought to get them done? Yes. But that's with everything, isn't it? Anything that's worth doing is going to have those things attached to them. So I want to make this to show you guys where I'm at and what I know, and we'll see how we progress. But I'm going to take you through the basics of being able to start doing a vacuum properly. The ability to be able to do that beautiful pose, which I'd like to point out, when guys do it, everyone's like, ooh, cool. But when girls do it, all you women complain and say it makes people look like they've got an eating disorder. What? What? No.
All right, Slash, just going to move you out the way for a moment. Good lad.
One of the great things about this is we need bugger all equipment. I'm going to show you how to do this on a simple windowsill, which is how I'm going to be doing every day. Now, there's a couple of different ways of doing this, and if you find it really hard to just do it like this, you can start on your hands and knees. That is the easiest way. Then the progression point is to do this, where we're stood up, and then finally completely upright. But that's obviously once you've got good at doing it at the basics, and then we try and graduate up to the full standing. It's important to understand that with the vacuum, we're not trying to hold this move for 20-30 seconds at a time. We're trying to aim for 3 to 5 seconds of holding that vacuum. And that's because you're going to have to exhale all the air out of your body. And I mean like, where it feels uncomfortable. That's going to be part of the rep. Then once all the air is exhaled out of your body, you're going to think about pulling your abdomen in and up. So not just withdrawing, we're not contracting, we're trying to draw in and up. It's a very different thing to tensing the abs. That's not what we're doing. So think about this movement. That's what we're trying to achieve. You'll know the moment it happens. It'll be one of those oh moments. Right, so set yourself in a good posture, but nice and loosey-goosey. If you're like me, and you've had a habit of having this pelvic tilt for a little while, I'm working really hard to make sure that my pelvic tilt is out of action. And I'm doing that by controlling my core and squeezing my glutes a little bit. And that's helping to line up my back properly rather than having that overarch. So this is something that all that stretching we've just done, plus this movement, is going to really help solve. So loosey-goosey, you're going to put your hands on the windowsill. Now you're going to put some weight on your arms here, but you're not going to lean your whole body weight in. So we're still relaxed all up on the shoulders and everything here. Now I'm going to do this in real time so you can see how I do it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to expel all of the air out of my body. It's going to take a good maybe 3 or 4 seconds, all the way out as much as I physically can. And by breathing out, what we're doing is we're engaging the abs and we're contracting the diaphragm. Because if we have an expanded diaphragm, it's not going to allow us to pull those abs in and up. But what you might also see me do is you might also see me then raise my body a touch. Because as we're blowing out, we have a tendency to hunch up. It's just a natural tendency. You'll have it. We'll hopefully get rid of it over time. But by then expanding my ribcage a little bit, popping it up, what that's going to allow me to do is give me that space to bring that abdominal wall up and under. All right, makes sense? You'll see it. Here we go. Oh, oh, there you go. Oh, it feels so good once you get about 4 or 5 into them and you really start to feel it and connect. And it really just feels weird when you exhale all that air. It feels like there's no way you can do anything physical. But I promise you, just think of it as like holding your breath at that point and then just pull in and up, in and up. What I have found is if you kind of push your back through a little bit to help you pull up, like almost a little bit like crunch, but it just allows you to pull up and under. I don't know, have a play, you'll see what I mean. So there we have it. Day 1 starts today. The day this video goes up, I'm going to be doing this routine, this exact routine that you've seen. I'm going to be doing it every day for 30 days. I'll clock in once a week to show you roughly where I'm at and any things like hints and tips I can show you. But then we'll do a day 1 to day 30 comparison by the end of the month and see where I'm at. And please join in with this. I promise you, this at least it'll give you a focus, it'll give you something to challenge yourself with, help each other out in the comments with each video, see how each other's getting on. I don't know, anything that's going to give you a goal is going to help you
serve that purpose. Because if we just do something continually over time for no real reason with no goal set, so by creating these new little things, by creating these new little pathways, I promise you this will help you in your day-to-day motivation away from the gym, outside of the gym, just generally. It's going to get your energy levels up, and it's going to have you starting the day just giving it a good kick in the bollocks. Oh, that's not such a good thing, is it? Kick up the arse. Hydration. Hydration is key as well. Make sure you're taking in at least 2 to 3 litres of water a day. That again is going to help you with a number of issues that you might have that is simply fixed with a little bit more lubrication. So the other things that you need to know, if you don't know already, is I'm running a high-fat diet on this. I'm fasting, intermittent fasting, so I don't tend to eat until midday every day. That's when I have my breakfast or my first meal, and I will be carrying that on alongside. Currently, I am set at maintenance level of 200 protein, 150 carbs, 150 fats. It's a high-fat intermittent diet, not keto. And I'll be doing an update on that as well with a full day of eating later on this week. I'll be filming that to get that up to you soon. If you haven't already seen it, there is a full day of eating video on there. I'll link it in the description below. Make sure to check that out. That takes you through meal by meal of that protein, carb and fat macro targets, how I hit them and what foods I use and why I'm finding it so beneficial. So until the next video, it's a thank you for watching from me. Make sure to hit that notification bell and select all notifications so you don't miss out on anything like that. It's take us for a bloody walk, Dad. Do you have to shout so damn loud? Oh my God. I don't mind if you shout, as long as you get me some biscuits. So until the next one, this has been a Perk Up Your Morning, Train That Waist, Develop That Core 30-day challenge start. I'll catch you in the next video. Boom, baby!